Alrighty, welcome back to the top tier pro gamering division of the Rising Empires League, hosted by Rising Empires. Who else? So we've got Team Eyesore here, consisting of Kiljardi in the green trunks on Rus, and Doomsy in the yellow trunks on Mongolians in this Play All 3 series, the group stages. Well, of the league, because it's a league, not an actual group stage. They're up against Genesis Gaming today, with Isanic on Delhi in the purple and Nan Racing Cat in the orange on Marlians. So a rotation of the Marlians pick for this team. And we're here on Basin. First game was played out on Dry Arabia. I'll just confirm that quickly. I've already forgotten it. I literally just cast it. Stupid. That was King of the Hill, sorry. How could I forget that? It's such an iconic shit map. Such an iconic map. This will be an interesting one though, because Yan's going to want to try and get his pit mines on these large gold mines out the map after this initial one. Even though they're harder to defend, it just means he gets so much more gold trickle out of it if he can pull it off. It honestly feels like a waste building Marlian houses around anything other than a gold mine. The distance gather a bit of gold there too. But I suppose while he's out there, he might as well just send the villager back to just drop off the resources and go on the food, I guess. Doomsy doing a bit of Gur scouting. Doesn't seem to have been too successful for finding any sheep with it. Kiljardi trying to work away at the walls. Already up to 200 bounty gold, which is a really nice step for him because he's able to get wheelbarrow and he's already now got the gold for an age up. He's just got to worry about gathering some more food. He's already top of the gold bank already, even though he's taken wheelbarrow. And for instance, Nyan's only just pulled ahead and hasn't taken wheelbarrow. Tower of Victory, so Isanic's going to have to dump a bit more gold into getting extra scholars. So this is also going to mean he's going to have a nice attack speed boost by any unit that's produced from a building within influence range of the Tower of Victory. So be wanting to get as many military structures around this as possible. I don't understand why people are so willing to put it so close to other buildings in your base. I mean, I know, yes, it's easier to defend it, but even still, if you put it out here, you've at least got a 360 degree of placement. You know, if you want that here, you're going to have to try and get all the berries, build all your other facilities around the building, then delete the mill in order to truly min-max use of Tower of Victory. But I don't know, that's just me. Doomsy, having snuck some units around the side of the map here. Nyan's already getting his Saharan trade network, so it is going to actually be a tower with arrow slits as well. Nyan's going to at least be able to slowly work away at these structures. Maybe even these once he gets his own arrow slits. It does actually increase the range of the tower. And I believe it's even for the shots fired out of the tower by garrisoned units. Kremlin here for Kiljardi. It's going to be a nice cover for his berries, rather than actually putting it right up against a wood line. A couple of houses being taken out. Not a huge economic loss to Nyan considering they're only half price, but it does ultimately slow down the gold trickle of the pit mine, and it also gives the Mongolian player resources for each of the buildings that he manages to burn down. What is the range of this Tower of Victory? Is that gonna still benefit these structures back here? Oh, he's put it right next to it for Scholar influence, but he's gone for Tower of Victory. So is it actually going to benefit the units? I just want to find out. I'm not a Delhi player, so I think it'd be interesting to know for all the other non-Delhi mains out there, and just even the noob Delhi players. Plays all in feudal now. Deer Stone's here for Doomsy, so it's really going to benefit as he keeps trying to tower up here. We've now got a Warrior Scout chasing down the Khan, so should be an easy kill for the Warrior Scout, really. But the Khan is essentially a hero scout that will respawn after, is it a minute or 90 seconds of being dead? Got some really handy buffs with them as well. Oh, okay, so Tower of Victory does impact. Is there a way to see the influence radius? Doesn't really want to tell me. I can see the ground sort of light up when I click on it, but where does it end? Sorry about doing that. Just trying to determine exactly what the radius is of this Tower of Victory, but it seems as though Isanic set this up knowing that he's going to get the benefit of the madrasas. I mean the mosque on it anyway, as well as the Tower of Victory, so you'll have that nice attack speed steroid, making that Delhi light armor army really quite powerful against other light armored compositions. Yeah, trying to get a bit of damage done with his Warrior Scouts. So he's gonna add a Sofa into the mix as well, hoping to try and catch some of these archers that Doomsy's streaming across the map, but for now he seems to have missed them. That house is about to get burnt down by Doomsy, and it's going to mean a nice bit of resource generation. 25 gold, 25 food. And now this is what Nyan's looking to get. Pick off a couple of archers while they're not in critical mass with much faster cavalry units. Sort of force Doomsy to have to go back to the drawing board here because his spears are pretty much unassisted here. But Isanic just missing the opportunity to get a bit more damage done to the spears. He is going to be able to start going for these sacreds though, so it'd be really handy for Team Genesis Gaming here, because we'll be able to reap the benefit of the Delhi player just having a shitload of extra gold, going to be able to get quick Castle Age, or back up their armies with a bunch of scholars. Well, Doomsy just making sure the tower's just focusing down the ranged units to be able to kill them a little bit quicker. Then it will any of these Sofa or damage the Warrior Scouts. Not going to be worthwhile unless you actually kill one, because obviously they're going to be able to regenerate. So it's important to try and micro even your static defense structures at times. I mean, obviously you can't pick them up and move them. Not even Mongols can do that. Be interesting to see if they could. But just making sure that you're focusing down targets that aren't either heavy armor units or regenerating units that you're not going to confirm the kill on. But Doomsy somehow, I don't know, I was going to say Doomsy and Kiljadi forcing back Isanic. For a second there I thought Nyan was in the green, not the orange. I was thinking, bit of a small comp to be forcing back so many units. Nyan's going to want to try and either back this up or deal a bit of damage to Doomsy or Isanic Kiljadi somehow, because Isanic is really copping it at the moment, having to fight under tower. Here we go, a couple of warrior scouts coming in to clean up some of these reinforcing units. This is really what Nyan's got to do to capitalize on such an aggressive Age 2 here from Team eyesore. Kiljani trying to just set back Isanic as much as possible at the moment. Well, Doomsy, now he's picked off most of the army there. A nice garrison, a couple of preemptive towers there by Isanic, so these guys not going to be able to get anything done. A couple of archers going to get picked off there. Doomsy's now going to try and take out as much of this pit mine generation. Nyan now coming back that he's cleaned up a lot of these straggler reinforcements. Doomsy, come on, attack something. What are you doing? Oh, he's trying to bait back the sofa here, but Kiljani is there to defend him as well. Well, Isanic trying to cover for Nyan's cavalry. Now, a lot of villagers being forced to garrison here. So Nyan's eco taking a little bit of a hit. But he has already managed to fit in for Rimba Garrison because he's played so sparingly with his early game units. Though he needs to try and get these guys into the fight as well. And a lot of villagers being forced idle here. A couple being picked off with all this going on. Well, Kiljani streaming in some more cavalry here. So most of those archers have been picked off of Doomsy, so Kiljani's going to have to retreat. Doomsy, Kiljani losing a bit more in terms of army there overall, I think. But at the same time, they've really set back Nyan in getting that quick Farimba garrison out. And on top of that, they've already had a bit of a shot at Isanic's eco. The spears, a nice defense there for these archers. They clean up all of Doomsy's archers and spears. It's rough for Isanic here. He's going to have to now get back because he hasn't really got anything in the way of a front line left. Isanic, get on another sacred site. This first one hasn't actually been denied here by Doomsy. He's now just putting in... Well, he was going to put an archer on it, but he's too interested in trying to take the best fight he can. And I mean, on top of that, wouldn't take much for Nyan to clean it up with a sofa. So Doomsy's got to be careful to not overcommit to trying to take back the sacred sites, lest it gives his opponents too much intel on pushing out here. Meanwhile, Isanic looking to try and get a third sacred here. He's just doing what he can to prop up his eco as much as he can without having to commit to more town centers or traders. Probably about time to get another lumber camp here though, I think, because he's got a lot of walk time now. So ideally he'd want to add another lumber camp. There we go. Now he is. I'm communicating to him 3 days ago. So if you want to be able to control time, just get into commentary because you can tell players what to do several days after the game has been played out, and then just kid yourself that they're listening. The Safadi is going to be a very useful counter to these knights. These guys beat out both knights and man-at-arms. Bearing in mind they are only light armor, so they don't fare too well against ranged. Archers actually stay relevant against Mali all game long, pretty much because of the Mustafadi warriors. And the fact that I don't think Mali actually gets crossbows, do they? So you got jet throwers and Mustafadi gunners. Gunners obviously locked behind Imperial Age as well. Nice catch there for Kiljadi, going to deny that relic acquisition a little bit longer. Sacred Site also going down. Musafati Warrior not here in time to interrupt it. Not able to pick off that scout in time, but he should be able to kill the scout anyway. Single Sofa there to try and work away that Ovu, but a pair of spears should be able to clean that up pretty quickly. Though Doomsy, a little bit sloppy, he's not rallied straight onto it. There we go, now he is. He should be able to finish off this Sofa pretty quickly here. Kujadi gonna take back that Sacred Site, neutralize it, stop that gold generation for Isanic, and really put the pressure on him to actually have to gather a bit more in the way of gold. All these Vils garrisoning, but that last one getting picked off. No more room in the tower. Won't even just let him stand in the doorway. So Team eyesore just repositioning everything here in the center of the map. Doomsy got a nice unmounted army there. This is rough for Isanic because he's a bit of a way away from his town center here, so he's going to lose 4 out of 5 of those villages pretty quickly. While more villagers being picked off here by Kiljadi, so nice work by Team eyesore to just constantly rotate between their two opponents, just taking 2 versus 1 opportunities as often as possible, and then just sort of backing out and maintaining map control. But Nyan has an awful lot of Musafati warriors now, so he's going to start really pushing around the map, maybe even rotating between both opponents to again try and deal as much eco damage across the enemy team as possible. This does leave Isanic a little exposed here though, because most of these units of Nyans are going on the offensive at the moment. So Nyan going to sacrifice his pit mine there and that food source for Isanic for the time being. But hopefully for him he's going to be able to get a bit more value here. He's denied a bit of wood gathering, forced use of the militia. I think ultimately the Musafati are going to be slightly better. This is going to give Kiljadi time to get a fortress up there. Looks like Isanic trying to get all the way over in this far corner for the berries. Musafati warriors being cleaned up there as well, and now Isanic and Nyan trying to take the fight. Now that they're both backing one another up, but Team eyesore seemingly have Team Genesis aiming on the ropes here. A couple of imams coming in to try and heal up as well. Just top up all those low units and really pay back several times their value, particularly in bigger fights like this where you've got a lot of low units. Yeah, and even bringing forward a relic, potentially going to go for conversion. Oh no, he just might have accidentally selected it when he like double clicked or control clicked the imams. Isanic and Nyan just chasing that cavalry of Kiljadis for the moment. This berry seems to be alright for the time being. Kiljadi doesn't seem to be aware of that gathering over there just on the right of him. So neither of these players actually going for the sacreds. Though Nyan could easily be. Well, I can understand that Kiljadi's trying to get this relic back first before he goes onto the sacred side. There's a bit of a score gap between our teams now. There's sort of an average of about 2,700 there. There's an average of about 2,000 there. It looks as though this pit mine is about to cop it. Yeah, it's actually on one of the smaller pit mines rather than worrying about trying to get on all the large pit mines. And really min-max the eco value, but sometimes the more defensive option is a smarter option. There's enough knights here. I think they can cost effectively take this fight. That these Musafati are just best off trying to flee, but even then, they are in the light armored unit. They can't tank too much damage. And Isanic having to try and retreat to cover for himself back at home here. And drop a couple of villagers to these knights. All over here on the left flank. Guljati's still active with his knights. He's run them up all the way around behind this gold vein here. With only some archers to defend too. This knight's going to get a fair bit of damage done. Don't know if he's actually going to be able to kill the villagers though, because the imams are just topping the villager up repeatedly. There it goes. Just slugging away. So Kurultai for Doomsy. Having this set up is really going to benefit himself and his teammate. Guljati having captured that sacred site. Musafati now cutting into the work account here of Doomsy, so a nice little raid here by Nyan. It's looking a bit scary for him back at home with Team eyesore shaping up to deal a bit of damage and pushing back some of these resources. Guljati still going to push into Isanic, force him to have to keep out of the fight just to try and take a cost-effective one against these knights and archers. This makes things difficult for Nyan because he could really do with the support in order to get through this combined army. Kurultai kicking in, so bonus damage and healing for both players on the team. Guljati and Doomsy distributing a bit of resources to one another in the meantime as well. Guljati with an immense amount of stone, gold at the moment, and a good amount of stone too. Is he going to try and go for some forward keeps? Isanic also gathering a little bit of stone here. Oh, Doomsy going to get a bunch of rams. The Kurultai just a bit of a bait, really, I think. This gives him a good read of what he's up against. While Guljati going to try and hit Isanic once again, while he's busy over here trying to support his teammate Nyan. Doomsy really just going for it. He's going to try and take out as much of these structures as possible. While Isanic's really committed a lot of military over here as well. While all of his reinforcements are being picked off. And Guljati's going to be a real pest here. Let's try and cut down that eco. Isanic and Nyan tapping out there. GG, eyesore takes game number 2.